You're listening to Small Business in Small Bites, a podcast designed to help you better understand your customers, your business, and even yourself one easily digestible idea at a time. Now here's John Preston.
Today I want to take a moment to talk about one of the biggest mistakes business owners make when evaluating the success of an ad campaign. I've touched on this in a couple previous podcasts where often credit is given for a sale or a new customer when in fact the credit should have gone somewhere else. Now, two of the most common places this happens is through your website and through a Google search. It also happens through Facebook. It happens through a lot of what I would call digital portals into your business. A lot of times we give credit to the portal and not the actual source that causes the sale to get there. Let me give you an example, kind of a non-digital example to kind of lay this out. Let's imagine that you had an office equipment store on Main Street in your hometown. And you had one front door that everyone who showed up at the business came through. You know, they show up, they walk through the front door into the business. Now, it would seem absolutely absurd for a business owner to say something like, well, I don't need to advertise. That door is all I need. Every single customer I get walks through that door. Well, while that seems like a very silly statement, we make that statement very often when it comes to our digital options. Well, I don't need to advertise. Every person that comes to my website just gets to my site. Well, that doesn't take into account how they got to your site in the first place. Or I don't need to advertise. Everybody comes to me through Google. Well, that's true. They do end up at Google. But in most cases, Google is just simply the doorway that lets them walk into your business. So when you're evaluating the success of a campaign, much like in this situation, if I owned that business on the Main Street, I would have to ask myself, how did those people end up deciding to walk through my door? And that's the same question you should ask yourself with a lot of digital offerings. How did those people decide to click on my business out of that list of choices Google gave me? How did this customer end up at my website? How did this customer decide between all the other recommendations his Facebook friends was going to give him? Because you need to ask that question, because it's simply not enough to say all my customers came through this door if you don't know what led them to the door in the first place.